One of the biggest questions that we have from our students and from a lot of CIMA students in general is that the portion and the syllabus for the E, P, and F pillar is so vast. So, my case study exam is coming up. What should I study? What should I be focusing on? This video is catered to you. This video is created for you. This video is created to help you focus, to help you derive that confidence in your preparation, because we have identified top exam questions, top exam issues for you with the help of our experience, with the help of looking at the trend from the past papers, and with a whole lot of analysis. So we have identified 10 issues or 10 topics which we feel are important for your November 2022 and February 2023 exam. The case study is going to be the same. So the topics will pretty much be the same with a little bit of a change that we'll make at a later stage. But these are top 10 issues that we identified and we feel are important for you and for your studies. So you may be wondering, how do we develop these, how do we accumulate these topics, how we develop these topics? Rest assured, a lot of time, care, and attention has gone into it. To further answer your question, we are pre-scene experts. We've gone through the fireworks pre-scene that has been released at least 25 to 30 times. My team and I together, we've gone through it so many times, brainstormed so many ideas, and that's how our questions are created. We create 25 exam styled mock questions, which is over 70 topics that are being tested. You can imagine how much time and how much effort we put into creating a question which is exactly exam styled, testing 70 topics, which is far ahead of the other tuition provider options, because we feel practice is the only way forward. Second, we pick the underlying theme of the pre-scene. We know that when a certain mention comes up in the pre-scene, what type of questions can come up around it. We've done very detailed focus on the pre-scene with helps of different models like the Porter's 5 forces, the SWOT analysis, the value chain. We've done all of that internally, so we know the focus areas. And obviously my team and I, we are experts because of our experience, because of the time that we've been teaching, and most importantly, we are CIMA registered tuition providers. We're doing a lot of workshops with CIMA, a lot of webinars with CIMA on the case study, and obviously they're choosing to do it with us because we've been delivering the goods, we've been delivering the results. So all of these topics are not coming from a puff of smoke, are not coming from quick 10-minute list down. They're coming after a lot of research, a lot of analysis, and we are sure you will find them helpful. Before we begin, let me be very clear of the objective over here. So I've always mentioned that these are top 10 issues, but I have not mentioned that topic 1 is the most important, topic 10 is the least important. None of that. These 10 issues all are equally important. They are not chronologically arranged, and all 10 topics are areas which we feel are very important, which we feel will and have the high possibility rather to come up in your operational case study exam, and that is why we've listed them down with favorable exam scenarios, with favorable ideas that can pop up into the examiner's mind also, and then create a question on it, because we think along that same wavelength. We know what the examiners ask because of our experience, and we try to predict and try to create our mock questions in such a way that you have the best chance of practicing exam quality questions. And that's what we've done. That is why we get our high pass rates. So all of these 10 topics that we have curated are something that we find important, and we have presented this video to you to give you a snapshot of those topics. Now these topics that we have identified are then further transferred into full mock questions of 45 minutes each, exactly like the exam, giving you a clear indication that okay, this is an important area, you revise it, and then you'll do an exam styled question on it with us, which my team, my professional team, will mark, check, and correct for you. So it's a very well defined straight line and a process that we have created. We point out the area, so you revise it, and then we test you on it, so you further strengthen that revision and gain confidence. So all of the 10 topics are converted into mock questions as well, and a whole bunch of other topics are also tested, because we are sure that you'll have a confident approach at the exam if our questions are completed. So let's look at topic 1. The first topic which we feel important for this fireworks company case study that has been given is time series analysis. In the pre-scene, they very clearly point out that your business is rather showing increase in sales in the summer months and decrease in sales in the winter months. Very clear seasonal variation. So a very clear direction to time series, and a very realistic question that can come up will surround time series analysis. And this is part of your core area E from your blueprints. So what type of questions can come up? What type of questions can you expect? So they can give you a full scenario or a full table and then tell you, what does the time series analysis mean? How is it useful? How is it not useful? They won't ask you to calculate anything, but they'll ask you to tell them what is the trend line, what are the seasonal variations, how is the trend calculated, and why is time series useful. Those are topics you should be able to answer. Same way, they can give us different sales trends using the multiplicative or the additive model. All you have to do is explain. All the numbers will be given to you. You just have to explain it. Same way, they can give you the trend line or the seasonal analysis as well. Again, all you have to do is explain. Looking at the trend line, tell them which seasons will expect to have the highest sale, which seasons will expect to have the lowest sale. So an explanation around what is time series, what is the trend, what is the the seasonal variations, the seasonal analysis, something that can come up. And this is very, very clearly part of your P1 syllabus. This forecasting chapter, importance of forecasting, time series aspect is a very important revision aspect, and we have pointed it out to you. So just imagine your level of preparedness now. You're doing these topics with me. We're telling you how they can ask you. Then you'll do an exam style mock question on these topics if you choose to sign up with us, which I would obviously highly recommend. And then you go into the exam. Just imagine your level of preparedness and your mindset. You're ready to go because we have worked hard on the preparation. That's important area 1. Second topic we find very important for this fireworks case study is the variances topic. This is part of your core area B and part of your chapters 4 and 5 in P1. Very, very, very important because it's a manufacturing organization. It's an organization that manufactures goods. So obviously there's a higher chance of a variance question coming up. Now, students tell me that variances have a lot of formulas, a lot of numbers. Do I need to remember all of that? My answer is absolutely not, because it's not a theory exam. It's not a calculation-based exam. It's an explanation-based exam. So you should know what each variance means, why it can occur or why it occurred in simple, easy terms. So just think sales price variance, for example. Why would it occur? What would be the reasons for a price variance to occur? If you can answer those two questions, you're on the right path. So a very common question in the exam is where different tables will be given with the variances already calculated. Sales price variance this much adverse, material usage variance this much favorable. They'll tell you that. You may need to mention why the variance has arisen. They will always provide a scenario in the question, clearly telling you why the variance has occurred. You just have to pick it up. Also, they can give you different types of variances, and then reason for favorable or adverse variances needs to be explained. Very common question in the exam, like I told you. If you can explain the variance in your own words, you can explain the reason for that variance in your own words, you are good to go. You don't need to solve any sums. You don't need to make any calculations. Just explain what each variance is. And this only comes with practice. So again, the importance of my mock questions comes to the fore. Next, we deal with risk-related decision making. Another exam favorite area, a very technical area, I'll say, because if you've not revised it and if you expect to do well on the exam, it's not going to be possible. So your P1 revision is the backbone of this case study. What kind of questions can come up? They can give you a payoff table and then tell you what would be the decision based on a maximax decision criteria or minimax regret decision criteria. Table is already present. You have to pick out the decision. You can't write your answer if you don't know what the decision categories are. Same way, they can give you an entire decision tree. And then you need to explain what the circle is in the decision tree, what the square is in the decision tree, what the expected value criteria is in the decision tree. All of this is straight out of your P1 syllabus, and revision of the same is important, and then actually practicing a mock question on it is invaluable. Without that, I don't expect any student to do well on the exam. Practicing, getting it marked, and having the encouragement and having the direction of a registered tuition provider is very important for this exam. So this was a quick sneak peek into the entire video. The first 2 issues have been discussed with you. We have another 8 issues that we have already identified, already broken down, already explained, and ready to go. These issues are then tested upon in our mock exams, and a whole variety of other topics are also tested. Each mock exam is marked, checked, and corrected personally by our team. So I hope you've found this material helpful. If you haven't signed up with us already, there are lots of options to help you sign up on our OCS page, on our website. I'll leave the link for the website in the description below, or I'll leave it in the comment section below. You can have a look at it, you can go through it, and I'm sure you'll find it helpful. If you have any questions, please do let us know. Our email is help@finntutors.com. It's very simple, just write to us. Somebody from the team will definitely get back. Thank you.